Well, Arlene Phillips, who's choreographed the musical, is with me now, and you've brought in a couple of Jackies, and they're brilliant. Yeah. Look at that on the front of that one. What's it really like to be in hot gossip? Well, you're the lady that would know, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
This is great. So tell me a bit, because I mean, of course, I remembered it. I mean, everybody bought Jackie. You just did.
Absolutely.
You just did.
It was a teenager's Bible. Nothing existed before.
It didn't.
Problem page, fashion, beauty, pop bands, advice, health advice.
Yeah.
It was the equivalent of today's mobile phone. It was everyone's sort of access.
Judas Priest are in the centre. Judas Priest, look, how cool is that? I love it. I absolutely love it. So, now it's not just, you know, obviously the magazines that we're looking at. The musical, so tell me about the plot of the musical. What's it about?
Well,
how does it work?
The story is about a 52-year-old woman whose husband has left her after 20 years for a younger model.
Right.
So something a lot of women identify with. And she conjures back her younger self because she has no idea what to do or where to turn to for advice. And she said, if only Kathy and Claire, who wrote the problem pages in Jackie, if only Kathy and Claire were around, I could ask them what to do. How do I live my life? I've got no idea how to start my life again. Sure. And she goes on sort of Love Match, a dating site, and her younger self kind of advises her and encourages her to eventually move on.
Oh, that's lovely. So it's life-affirming.
It's very much so.
The songs are from that era?
Oh, absolutely. You've got everything from Tiger Feet to Puppy Love to 20th Century Boy, Mark Bolan.
Oh, Mark Bolan, I love Mark Bolan.
It's just wonderful songs. And the extraordinary thing is that the audience sing every song. I have never experienced anything like it.
I know the words.
Sort of going to Sound of Music Live, where the people are so involved with it. And it's not just women. Lots of teenagers were there as well, and men.
So it's not just, I mean, it is for absolutely everybody. Have you found that everybody's getting something from this?
Yes, there were a lot of families there. A lot of families. Right. The women had dragged their husbands along and their teenagers. But they were all having such a good time because the story's got the young cast as well.
Sure, of course.
And it's set in today, but it looks back to the 70s where life seems so simple because there was one place you could turn to advice, not millions and millions of places.
That's true, and people weren't bombarded with information that they are now.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know, it was just Kathy and Claire and they told you everything.
Everything,
I absolutely love Jackie. I mean, it's just, it's part of me growing up, you know.
Yes.
It really is, and I loved all the, I don't know, there's just something very, it's just like wallowing in nostalgia.
Absolutely.
You know?
And
it really is.
A lot of women identified with the story because, for instance, when Jackie says, and he took the coffee table, or somebody else shouts out, oh, mine took everything from the kitchen. And you just keep hearing these responses for women, for what it's, you know, what it's like when suddenly the life that you've had with your husband, your son, is suddenly
taken away from you.
Overnight. It's taken away.
It's gone.
And there's somebody else.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, you teach so many people to dance. Do you think everybody can dance?
I believe everyone can dance. And the reason I believe that is there's a lot of disco, obviously, from the 70s in the show. And what was very strange, he was teaching the dancers a disco bounce, you know, because they weren't used to it. But funny. The fact is, disco was a social dance. It wasn't done by professional dancers. The jive, a social dance, not done by professional dancers. So as long as you can walk in time to the music and give it some energy, well, I can teach them to dance.
Although there was somebody who maybe wasn't as impressive. Have a wee look.
I know. I think my last dancing was in I'm Still Standing, and Arlene Phillips had the cheek to say I was the worst dancer she'd ever worked with, which I thought was a bit evil. But I'll forgive her.
He forgives you.
Yes, he didn't, and I got him moving.
Yes. No, it's good. It's because he's used to sitting behind his piano.
Yeah.
He has to be out there.
And he moves on his piano. I mean, he jumps on it. So I said to him, Elton, you do a show. You dance more than anybody I've ever seen during a show. Just because you choreographed it yourself doesn't mean you can't dance when somebody else choreographs for you.
Do you think with things like all these West End shows and things like Jackie and things like Strictly Come Dancing, which I know you are all over now, that people now, there is a real love of the dance, that there always has been, But now I think people are feeling that, you know, actually I could do this. I could maybe have a go.
Dance has exploded, absolutely, and everyone, it doesn't matter whether they're trying ballroom, Latin, contemporary dance, where, you know, a lot of it you can feel, hip-hop, everyone is out dancing, and it's great, great and beneficial for health and mind and body.
Because I do aerobic dancing, I do all of that, and it's brilliant.
And the other thing what people don't realise is, particularly for people who find it hard to instantly access right and left, you know, maybe a little bit dyslexic, suddenly they understand because they're learning it from the inside, when to go right, when to go left, forward, back. It's good for the brain. Really helps.
It's wonderful. I love your passion and enthusiasm. And Jackie's going to be all over the country, Jackie the musical?
All over the country. We've just moved out of Dundee.
I know, it's been a massive hit here, massive
and now we're off to Coventry.
Fantastic. We'll stick all the dates in our website so that everybody knows where to get hold of it.
Much.
But it's if you want to wallow in nostalgia or you just want a great night out, that's it.
Get up and dance.
Get up and dance. Arlene, thank you so much. Great to see you.